You know we stay swishing, 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 swishing. Rise up, stay swishing, 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 swishing. Willing every jumper with a flick of wrist. Never a doubt, a fear of miss. Anyone sleeping on my shots get fits. Cause every shot through nets, through rips. Cards, hearts, darts, rewards, smarts, sharks.
Welcome on in, episode number 36. Special episode today as we are both non-playoff speakers.
What does that mean? You mean
the Knicks got eliminated.
There's 28 teams.
The playoffs move on without us.
28 team fan bases that are not in this race right now. There's only 2, so I mean, and they're small towns, so not small towns, small cities.
Famous players number 36.
Doesn't have to be famous, but players number 36.
Marcus Smart.
Ready? Rasheed Wallace. You have more?
Was Rashad McCann's 36?
No. Eton Thomas.
Why am I thinking Tim Thomas?
Wrong.
What do you mean wrong?
He was never 36.
36. I think that's all I have. It's kind of an obscure number.
I had those 2.
I named the only famous player.
Rasheed Wallace.
Okay, maybe there's 2. And there's maybe more that I'm forgetting. 36. Why do I think one of the Gasols at 36?
Wrong. 16. 33. You're mixing the numbers.
Alright. Anyways, conference finals wrap up. I predicted the finals correct as of last episode.
As in Thunder and Pacers, for those not aware.
Yep, go tune into the last episode. You'll see me picking the right ones and him picking the wrong ones for biased reasons. So his Thunder hate is done.
Not hate, it was just my selections.
Thunder hate because you picked them to lose in every round.
That's not hate.
That's
I didn't
hate.
pick him to lose in the first.
I mean,
I don't think I did in the second either.
yes, you did.
No, I picked him in the third.
Stop it.
Third.
Stop it.
West Coast Finals.
So yeah, Thunder Pacers in the finals. The battle of the overrated versus the MVP, or so-called.
Battle of the Too Deep.
I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, battle of both teams have a lot of depth. Play very fast. You're gonna see a lot of fast-paced. I think
No
mid-range.
pun intended.
Mid-range specialists everywhere. 2 elite coaches. I mean, not many people would say Rick Carlisle and Mark Daigneault would be the last 2 coaches standing, but
A lot of people picked the Thunder, actually.
here we are.
Daigneault was coach of the year, sorry.
Yeah, but like to
Last
predict
2 standing,
to predict
I mean
both
coach
of them
of the year, but
to predict both of them at once.
yeah, Carlisle wasn't expected because everyone was on the Celtics bandwagon.
And,
I did not partake in that.
After the really horrendous start by Halliburton, I'm sure no one really picked them to go to the finals. They were probably like, what's going on with this team? Like, do they have to trade something? But now they're the Pacers owner is willing to go into the luxury tax to keep the team together, from what I hear.
So he says.
I mean, they just got to get Miles Turner back. It may be Mathurin, but I don't know. Is Mathurin expiring? I can't remember.
I believe he's in his 3rd year. Is that right?
Was he drafted before or after Maxey? I think it was after.
Definitely after. It's third year, I believe. Maxey is not in his third year.
I know he's in his like fifth, maybe.
Yeah, fifth, 2020.
So Matherin's in the fourth year or fifth, one of the
third. Two. Well, going to the fourth, I think.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, so be it, but it's definitely more than two.
Well, he missed the last playoffs. Wasn't that his first chance?
Yeah. Yeah, because the Pacers just started getting good.
So it's going to be his fourth year. If my math is correct.
Right.
Matherin.
That's what I've been saying.
Matherin.
Not too much with the wordplay.
So yeah. We saw the Pacers demolish the Knicks.
Wait. Math, you're in.
Yes, you are. The Pacers demolished the Knicks. Some chatter afterwards that
demolished.
That Tibbs was not coaching correctly, and Towns is not a good communicator and defender. That's what I hear.
So let me elaborate on not coaching properly, because that's a loose term. What he means by that is improper substitution patterns, rotations too light at times, especially beginning of the playoffs here. And then also we want to talk about the defensive and offensive schemes. You would say that he also used a light use of the bench, so the amount
should have had them integrated in the regular season.
Not rotation proper. Specifically, the first two rounds of the playoffs was where people got the most frustrated.
No, regular season.
I'm talking
That's
about...
where you start to get confidence in the bench guys. You got to build up the bench guys' confidence. Players 6 through
but those
10,
guys,
11.
Those guys played in the regular season, so, I mean, you can't say anything about that. What I'm saying, the most frustrating,
minutes.
Poor coaching in the playoffs is what we're talking. We're not talking about every reason. Now let me do my segment.
This is not your segment.
It is. So also, when we talk about Tibbs' downfall, we want to talk about his stubbornness to adapt new styles. He's very basic in his styles, especially with his offensive schemes. Not much creativity shown. When you're talking X's and O's, very basic plays. Not a lot of pick and roll used for some reason with Cat and Brunson, when they could be like a dynamic duo with that. And you're also seeing a lot of ISO ball being used still, despite the team improving with scorers. Kind of shows a lack of motivation to change when you have the roster to change, and he didn't. So that's one downfall there again. And the rotation was the number one. That's number two. And here's the third that they want to say is a reason for Tibbs not being continued here, is the players lost faith. And what I mean by that, specific instances include Mikal Bridges during the season complaining about the minutes played and other guys should be playing.
What about Dante DiVincenzo's free throw antics with Tibbs?
That was with Rick Brunson. If you're going to talk,
no, it was with Tibbs. You said
no. It was
you
Rick.
said I can't. What do you say? I can't score at the left or something when he got an and one layup.
Oh, whatever.
He said I can't shoot or score, right, Tibbs?
All right. What does that have to do with the players? All right. So players losing faith again.
Because he was part of their team last year.
He's not there anymore. Move on.
But he knows how he knows how he works. He knows that. Well, just him saying that just shows that Tibbs didn't trust him.
All right, that again is not part of the...
Tibbs didn't trust him.
That's not part... I'm saying the players lost faith in him. Now let me listen.
That's part of it.
Let me talk about this. Listen.
That's part of it.
No, Dante DiVincenzo is no longer on the roster. So we got complaints from Mikal Bridges this year, specifically on the team. We had Josh Hart with the argument during the Warriors game a few months back. That was a glaring instance of a player who's part of the core And Mitchell Robinson and Deuce McBride, unhappy with their minutes and roles. Despite their excellent play in the playoffs, they had a lack of minutes.
McBride wasn't exactly excellent.
He had a great turn in the third round, and he got used 11 minutes in one game. I don't want to hear anything else.
I wouldn't call him excellent.
Off the bench for us. That's showing a lack of integrity in trusting people. At 1 minute they're trusted and another time they're not. Doesn't make much sense to me. They had confusion over their roles is another thing I've heard. So players were confused what they were supposed to expect and what they were supposed to bring to the table. A lot of that led to why it was today that he was fired. And we are recording this as of Tuesday. Sorry, Tuesday. The day he was fired. So this is fresh news to us. Hot takes were given to me by other podcasts and other outlets.
Shout them out.
Why should I shout them out?
Because you use some of their resources.
Well, I listen to KFTV, the number one source for Knicks fans, but obviously there was takes by Ian Begley of SNY, one of our premier Knicks beat writers, and he's actually locker room access. He knew a lot of this stuff going on, so all of this stuff is fresh, and as a Knicks fan, we're actually excited here to be coming up with a coach who will actually play their players and develop the youth.
All right, that was the long Knicks segment. We had to get that out of the way.
So the coaching carousel continues, long story short. Another coach gone, Mike Malone, Taylor Jenkins, now Tibbs.
Oh, I thought you were saying Mike Malone and Taylor Jenkins are up for the job.
No, they're not. It's Johnny
Mike
Bryant.
Malone's from New York.
Doesn't matter. He's another Tibbs if you know anything about coaches. They are looking for a change.
So you can't hire a first-year coach with that kind of team.
You could.
You can't.
Johnny Bryant. He is the only one that makes sense because he was already an assistant under Tibbs with some of these guys.
You don't know what his system is.
He knows Leon Rose, and we do know because we have watched the Cavaliers. He is an integral part of that coaching staff. He is the top assistant under the Cavaliers, who had the best record in the East.
They flopped.
In the playoffs, but again, he's not the head coach or the players.
You're saying he ran the whole offense?
No, I'm saying he was an integral part of it.
What does he specialize in, offense or defense?
I would say
no one knows.
He's more of an offensive guy.
No one knows.
He's more of an offensive guy and development guy.
I mean,
they're looking for a change. Not the same old story with Tibbs, which is Malone, Nick Nurse, Doc Rivers, the old heads, Mike Budenholzer. All those guys are out of the picture for
Jeff
us.
Van Gundy.
No, I mean, he's not going to come back.
Mark Jackson.
No, he's blackballed. He's not going to get a job.
I wonder what Tibbs is going to do next year. Is he going to take a year off or...
Some talk that he might go to the front office if he doesn't get a coaching job, or NBC. That's what I said. NBA for NBC.
I just don't think he's... I don't think he's really that, talkative, honestly. He seems like he just says a couple things and he just...
Yeah, but he was already on a telecast before.
I don't remember that.
He was. He was on.
I don't remember.
Before he got the Wolves job.
Alright, so Pacers versus Thunder finals. I'll give my prediction first. I think that the Thunder will win in 6 games. The Pacers might steal a game on the road. Probably win one at home. But the Thunder has way too much firepower on both offense and defense. I think they're going to attack the Pacers' lack of interior presence. They just have way too many like inside scoring, and I don't think Miles Turner can really hold that up too well. So yeah, Thunder in 6, champions.
When I have arrived, people will survive. Thunder in 5. Gentleman's sweep for the gentleman himself, SGA. Chet Holmgren will see new heights. Isaiah Hartenstein, we miss you. But you took the money and went to a finals team, so you're a wise man for that. And J-Dub, I called it first that he's going to be a future stud. People doubted me on that.
When did you call that?
When he was a rookie. His draft year. Correctly, properly. Obviously, we did not have a podcast for that, but he is now showcasing what I had seen. And also, you have to give it to the Dagnall for Coach of the Year. I do think the Thunder in 5 is the proper prediction here. And I'm hoping to be right for once this playoffs.
So that would mean that SGA won MVP, conference MVP, and finals, most likely finals MVP.
It's looking that way.
How many players have done that? Like Kobe, maybe?
Jordan.
Did he always win the conference and finals MVPs?
I mean, pretty much. Believe so.
Which
And
further...
Shaq won a few, so I don't think Kobe's up there with the amount that Jordan had.
But he's probably done it once. Maybe.
The year the Lake. I don't know if he won regular
Probably
season.
LeBron has done it. But probably a very short list. Maybe we'll post that up here somewhere.
Will Chamberlain. Bill Russell. Kareem. Magic.
Or will it be the Pacers' first championship?
Boo, no. I despise that team.
Yep, he's a hater. I have no, what's the word? Vindication? I have no vindication either way, whoever wins, but picking the Thunder. I'm sure a lot of America and the rest of the world is picking the Thunder for the same.
Are you doing it simply because that was your original pick?
Well, that was my original pick, but it always changes depending on who's facing who. But I do like the Pacers team, but I just don't think they have enough to beat the Thunder.
Thunder!
Actually, I probably would pick the Thunder regardless of the team in the East. But that's besides the point. NBA drafts in about a couple weeks. I'm sure we'll get into that more in the future.
Yeah, we will do another mock draft together. Hopefully, my success will shine this time. Because last year was a mess. I got almost all of them wrong in the beginning. That was a rough year.
And you were getting angry for me putting people in random spots. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, I got too locked into the mock drafts I was studying, and I didn't see it that way.
But anyway.
I feel like this year's a little more clarity in it. The top-heavy draft.
Maybe the
There's
top 5.
Yeah, lottery in general is more clarity in it.
I don't think I could guess pick 6 through 13, like,
Not exactly, but the range is probably.
or should I say 14? I keep thinking 13.
Yeah, but the range is probably going to be around the same people. I don't think there's a lot of movement this year. May surprise me, but I mean, last year we didn't really know who the first pick was.
Yep, we'll see. Anything else you wanted to get into?
Yes. So, we've come to a point where we only have a few more 2025 year-end podcast episodes because the off-season will be coming up shortly. If this is a quick series, even quicker than we expect, so...
That's not to say the podcast is taking a pause.
No. It is to say that actual NBA games happening is soon coming to an end for the podcast this year, as in 24-25 season. We've had a lot of growth. We've had some ups. We've had some downs. We want to thank everyone who's been watching us closely, who has been seeing it from a distance, who have tuned into one episode, who have tuned into all of them. You are all equally appreciated, and we want to continue to grow. Make sure you are sharing this with people. Like, sharing, and subscribing, of course. And comment. Also, check out some shorts. We do a lot of those. We are now on TikTok. You want to tell us about that?
Yes. I started up the TikTok to try to get more of an audience into the channel. Created quite a few shorts, similar to how we do on YouTube, just to get more views and reach out to more people. Thinking about doing a Twitter, but I don't know. Twitter's kind of a dark place for me, so from what I hear, a lot of negativity, and I don't want to be a part of that. I just want to enjoy basketball. Shout out.
I'm on Twitter, but as far as like content goes, I mean, you're not really gonna post much on there. You just share the stuff that's on here, or you have conversations with people. That's one use for Twitter, in my opinion. It's not used for like actually placing content on.
Not placing content?
Right. I'm saying don't like doing lives and all that on Twitter doesn't really work per se.
I guess not. That about wraps it up, right?
Well, we are accustomed to some musical talents to end the shows.
But unfortunately, not this episode.
I have nothing to sing on a losing season here. There was no 2025 title, as the songs would tell you throughout this seasons of podcast episodes, ending credit songs, whatever you want to call those, jingles.
Dan, 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 dan.
Also,
your Knicks are flop.
Speaking in tunes of that, make sure you're checking out the Marstradamus Corleone page as well. My musical talents are on there. I just put on a greatest hits playlist from all 6 projects. Make sure you check that out and check out the other stuff as well. We have a shorter episode today, but we covered the main topics of the day. And there's more to come in this NBA offseason.
Yep, there is more to come. Like, share, subscribe.
To the pod.
Catch you next time.